Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring the Dames of Asstoria core rulebook. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this Monster Girl RPG, where you experience all sorts of epic adventures in a world that doesn't fully accept you, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time I am going to give you a brief overview of the factions. While geopolitical forces make up the majority of what the common Astorian would consider major factions, there is a list of smaller groups that litter the world of Asstoria. Some of these groups are widely known, such as the Adventurers Guild. Others are more obscure, either due to region or design. There is a listing of the most notable groups in the world of Asstoria. Though, while all of these groups may be notable, it does not necessarily mean that any one of them may be known in any capacity to certain people or regions. We have the Cult of the Red Cloak, a religious mercenary organization that swears to guard individuals as they pass through lands or cities. There is the Order of the Usurper Bane, an order of knights under the direct control of the Pontifex of the Church of Sequarius, and founded by the war hero Pelagion Ordacross, whose hatred for Demi-Fauna rivaled his love for Sequarius. We have the Azure Pyre. These are hunters of the undead, wielding enchanted weapons bathed in azure flame. Then we have the Cult of the Patriarch, descendants of the would-be beast kingdoms who went into hiding during the end of the subjugation wars. In secret, they have been trying to find a way to undo the curse bestowed upon their people by the god Sequarius. Then we have the Underlords. This is the infamous name given to leaders of criminal organizations that are at least city-spanning. We also have Asstoria Couriers Guild. The Asstoria Couriers Guild is an associated guild of several parcel companies from across Asstoria. Then we have the Adventurers Guild. Adventurer is a job that exists in Asstoria, and the adventurers receive and solve requests accepted by an Adventurers Guild. We also have the Magic Academies. These are the various schools of magic one may have attended, granting them insight into the magical abyss. Each school is considered its own separate entity or faction, but ultimately they are all grouped together by outsiders. There is the Institute, found in the north and run by the church, believing that the area closer to their god grants them greater understanding of magic. We also have the Lyceum, a magical school to the east, run by mages for mages. We also have the Seminary South, run by the common people of Asstoria and established after the Slime Mimic War, in an attempt to bring magic to the common folk. We have the Halls of Ivy, a magical school to the west run by noble families to ensure their children have prestige and connections throughout life. Then we have the Althaven Royal Academy. Established by the Althaven royal family, the Royal Academy seeks to teach and research magic and its uses in all aspects of life, furthering science, travel, economics, and especially art. Then we have the Covens. The prevailing mistresses of the Witchblades, known as the Bound Coven, used living weapons and armor as well as their arcane knowledge to fight back against the slime forces and protect Demi-Fauna orphanages during the Slime Mimic War. With illusions and charm as the magic of choice of the seductress of the unseen love, those in this coven tend to pose as nurses, maids, and servants, tending to men during battles. We also have the Sisterhood of Shadows. These are chaotic harlots. These are mercenaries employed by bandit groups to sack villages or harass military forces. Finally, we have the Coven of the Crystal Web, consisting of spell users of the Kant Empire. While considered a formal educational institute, the Coven of the Crystal Web are not a school like one would assume. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about the Demi-Fauna races. Each of these different factions consists of a treasure trove of ideas. Each one gets a robust paragraph, and in the case of the Althaven Royal Academy, there are several paragraphs, so you can connect the factions to each other. Sometimes they could work against each other, sometimes they could be allies, and in relation to the player characters, perhaps these factions could be patrons, or maybe their deadliest foes. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you, and see you later.